Hi, this is Dr. Rucker, and we're going to take some time today to give you a tour of our brand new facility. Started in the entryway. As we came through the first double doors of the entryway, to the left we had our first waiting room. And then to the right we had a second waiting room in front of the reception desk. And the idea behind the two waiting rooms is that we could isolate dogs. So if you're in here with your big Great Pyrenees, you can be 6 foot away from the Labrador and then they're not fighting with each other. I mean, it allowed space for the animals too, which we didn't have in the other place. So the reception area was a showroom for the Annie's furniture, and we left the elevated floor, which allowed the staff, they liked that because for the first time, when they're sitting there, they're now at eye level with the customer rather than always having to look up at the customer. We did have to put a ramp in to meet ADA compliance, and we did put the cut layer area there so that it could be accessed by a wheelchair. We had retail in the old place, but it was all done by shelving that the dog food companies provided, and it never looks very nice, whereas the new retail area is really nice. I mean, it allows us to display the food and the non-prescription medications, some of them are up there. It just looks so much nicer. Then once we walk into that part of the building, this part of the building, there's a cat waiting room over there. And so that's set up so to trying to keep the kitty cats away from the dogs as much as can. And then you're looking down the hallway to a set of 5 exam rooms, which are all set up exactly the same. The only difference is the accent colors in them. And then the last room on the right, then you have your practice manager's room, and you have the cat boarding where we have 8 cat condos with the skylight and windows that they have lots of bright sunlight. And then we have the comfort room, which is much larger, and that's the room that's set up for when we have to say goodbye. And we also use that for our animal chiropractor and our animal massage therapist or physical therapist. They come in and use those rooms. It allows them to access it through that door on the far end there without having to come through the whole clinic and walk all the way over there. And it allows families that have had to go through this sad, saying goodbye, they don't have to go back through the whole clinic, and they can exit out that door privately. On the back side of the exam rooms is the new pharmacy, which has more space. It has a tech station there. Each exam room also has a computer in it now. And then so we see the backside, we see the pharmacy there. And we come down the hallway to the cat ward where we keep the cats that are coming in for the day that are sick or have had surgery. They can recover over there, and again, it keeps them away from the dogs. We come down the hallway to here, which is our treatment room that is so big. We have 2 wet tables and a dry table. Each one has its own exam light. Each table has access to oxygen and scavenging units that are from the ceiling. So if they have if you're on anesthetic, you just hook up to the hose, plug in. They get oxygen. The gases that they breathe off that can be dangerous to the staff are scavenged out through the ceiling. Then that over there was our dental unit, and the dental machine pulls out. Then off of this room are the 2 surgical suites, which mirror each other, and they each have their own climate controlled so that they can be set at whatever temperature you want. Generally, the surgery rooms are set colder because of the heat that you generate by being gowned up and gloved up and all that stuff. Then between them is a surgery prep area that feeds both both surgery rooms. That is a kind of a unique feature that we designed in here. It hasn't been done in very many clinics, and we've had good reports. It works well, so we can feed both surgery rooms from that surgery prep area. Then we have our X-ray room and an ultrasound room, or special procedures room is what we call it. So we can do X-rays there, we can do ultrasound, we can turn the lights off, which allows better visualization, and it keeps the animals, again, away from everything while we're doing it. That room is lined with a special drywall. That drywall has lead in it, so it protects scatter radiation. And then we have a room that's our isolation room for animals that we are concerned about having an infectious disease or Again, like today where we had the pigs, they're just different, and we can put them away from everything, and it keeps them nice and quiet. Then to the right, if you go through there, there are 2 more doctor stations there, or tech station doctor stations. They have glass windows that allow them to look into the kennel, so all the boarding dogs, you know, they're not behind doors that nobody can look in and see how they're doing, to make sure, you know, you just glance in to make sure everybody's doing okay. We have 2 banks of ICU cages that are accessed, that can be seen by multiple people throughout the day. And then we have the lab over there with all our own in-house laboratory equipment. The outdoor runs, as we said, you walk down a long runway, which is nice. That's to save the tree in the yard. And we have 8 outdoor runs, stainless steel outdoor runs. And then the open play yard is a base with elite canine grass on it, which is a type of artificial turf that allows us, when it's a rainy day today, the dogs can go out there and go out. They don't come back in muddy and wet, and it's really great. We hired a company out of Minneapolis that is their specialty, is designing veterinary clinics. And you know, their expertise is what made this what it is. Thank you for joining us on the tour, and we hope to see you soon. We are planning an open house, but because of COVID, the Clay County Health Department recommended that we postpone it till a little later in the fall, and we still plan on having an open house later this fall.